Wait, is it Taco Tuesday? I sure think it is. Welcome back into Occupy Democrats, and I'm going to show you that breaking story in just a few moments because, this is must-see TV. But first, in honor of Rocky and Bullwinkle, I'm going to pull a little rabbit out of my hat, and it's in the shape and form of this nasty question Trump really didn't like right here.
Wall Street analysts have coined a new term called the taco trade. They're saying Trump always chickens out on your tariff threats, and that's why markets...
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The world is holding its breath tonight as President Donald Trump's final deadline to Iran approaches rapidly.
...are higher this week. What's your response to that?
I kick out?
Chicken out.
I chicken out. I've never heard that. You mean because I reduced China from 145% that I set down to 100 and then down to another number? We had a country people didn't think it was going to survive, and you ask a nasty question like that.
And the reason you got that nickname on top of China was also because of the way you treated our neighbors in Canada. This.
President Trump says he's serious about making Canada the 51st state.
What I'd like to see, Canada become our 51st state. And we don't need them for anything. I called him Governor Trudeau because they should be the 51st state. The people of Canada like it.
I'd rather die than become an American.
The whole 51st state thing, nobody likes that here.
I think you guys are in big trouble. I think you should think about emigrating to Canada.
What do you think about Donald Trump?
Not much. I try not to.
But I'd rather die than become an American. Sorry.
And we certainly can't skip the effervescent love at the core of this breaking story. This.
As the deadline set by U.S. President Donald Trump for Iran draws dangerously close. In a dramatic escalation, President Trump has issued a stark ultimatum to reopen the Strait of Hormuz.
The president has made a lot of threats but hasn't followed through. He keeps extending deadlines. If this deadline comes and goes without the Strait of Hormuz being open, what do you think should happen? I mean, do you think the president should follow through? Otherwise, do you think he risks just sending messages that all of his threats are empty?
Well, I think he's worried about the taco charge. Trump always chickens out. I think this is a result of poor planning on his part. But the end result, in my view, ought to be regime change. I don't know what Trump's objective is. I know what my objective would be. And all we're doing right now, and we're doing it very effectively, is what the Israelis call mowing the lawn. I don't want to mow the lawn anymore. I want this threat removed.
I mean, do you have any sense of what he plans to do with the Strait of Hormuz based on that?
No, I don't, but I'm not bothered because I don't think he does either. I think this is just more rhetoric, and I don't think it's helpful. We have an interest in the Strait of Hormuz being open because that region produces 20% of the world's oil, and it doesn't matter that we import very little of it ourselves, and anybody with their hand on the spigot on the Strait of Hormuz determined to turn it off is going to have a devastating effect on the world economy.
While we almost could have predicted it, but Vegas couldn't, in the vein of Trump threatening to go full Hiroshima and annihilate the entire population and civilization of Iran, well, gee, right here at the 12th hour, what happens? Does Trump actually have to make good on his tough guy threats? Nope. It is indeed, after all, Taco Tuesday. Check this breaking.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We begin tonight with a story that has the entire world on edge. Tensions in the Middle East have escalated dangerously.
Story out right here. Massive breaking news. Trump retreats, Taco, from his threat of civilizational destruction amid ceasefire with Iran. President Donald Trump backed down from his prior threats to destroy the nation of Iran in a lengthy post to Truth Social on Tuesday, proclaiming the deadline has been delayed as a result of a deal to get shipping traffic in the Strait of Hormuz moving again. In quotes, based on conversations with Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Field Marshal Asim Munir of Pakistan, and wherein they requested I hold off the destructive force being sent tonight to Iran, and subject to the Islamic Republic of Iran agreeing to the, all caps, complete, immediate, and safe opening of the Strait of Hormuz, I agree to suspend the bombing and attack for Iran for a period of 2 weeks, said Trump. In quotes, this would be a double-sided ceasefire, the president continued. The reason for doing so is that we have already met and exceeded all military objectives and are very far along with a definitive agreement concerning long-term peace with Iran and peace in the Middle East. We received a 10-point proposal from Iran and believe it is a workable basis on which to negotiate. Almost all of the various points of past contention have been agreed to between the United States and Iran, but a 2-week period will allow the agreement to be finalized and consummated. In quotes, on the behalf of the United United States of America as president and also representing the countries of the Middle East, it is an honor to have this long-term problem close to resolution, he concluded. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
The president made it clear he is not concerned about accusations of war crimes.